Hey there, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I did channel some information for you, and I will get to that in just a moment, but I wanted to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for helping me to grow my channel, for subscribing. When you subscribe, if you hit the notification button, then it should give you an option of selected or all. If you pick all, you should be able to be notified whenever I upload a video or I go live. I understand with Mercury retrograde that did not happen this week. Even some people who were had selected all did not receive notification of my live video, so I can't do anything about that. All right. So anyways, I did spend some time in meditation. And what I saw was, it was very, very much like the Cancer energy, and the energy I got from a couple other signs too. And so I feel like this is just this time of going within and allowing things to do the death and the rebirth process. Because what I saw you doing was you were standing at like a potting bench and you were cleaning up from the summer. And so you were emptying the pots and you were shaking the roots, the dirt into a bin, and then you were mixing in it looked like compost and prepping that to allow it to sit to allow the nutrients to break down and to re-energize the soil for new growth. And you were cleaning up the pots and you were stacking them, and there was this sense of the season's over, and but I'm getting ready for the next one. And so it was that whole death and rebirth cycle feeling of Scorpio. It was in a very organized, neat, Virgonian way, right? And so it felt like you were allowing the transition to happen and laying the groundwork for success for the next project. And so I felt positive about it. It felt like pretty good energy. So we have a lot going on this week. We've got the moon starting out in Taurus, and for you, that's in your 9th house of your research and higher learning and connection with spirit, that kind of thing. And so meditation becomes an important aspect. But this Scorpio in retrograde is all about diving deep and going deep and reviewing things. And so the moon on Monday, the moon in Taurus is actually in conjunction with the moon in Aquarius. And the last time that happened was a year ago, October 23rd. And that was actually on a full moon, which would have been the end of a cycle, part of a cycle, from the seeds that were planted either from 18 months prior to that or from the 6-month cycle before in May of 2018. And so it feels like it's just been this building process, this cycling and then learning and growing and breaking down and cycling thing that's going on. And so what were you doing? What were you working on? What were you thinking about a year ago, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, kind of thing? So it feels like a cycle. It is happening in your research in your long distance travel arena, but it feels very much like life stuff. And so I did start to pull cards for you, and then something came up and I had to shut off the video, and I don't know how to edit videos. So the only thing I pulled were the first 2 cards that were the overall energy, and I decided not to do it again because these are actually energies that have been showing up a lot, and I feel like they're just kind of thematic for what's going on. So we have the Hungry Ghost and we have the Dream Walker, and so the veil right now is so thin between the seen and the unseen, right? And ancestors are really trying to come in and talk to us. And so the Hungry Ghost says obsession, scarcity, consciousness, and attachment, and the Dreamwalker, dreams in the collection and good in illusions. And so kind of what's going on is spirit is ancestors. They're trying to contact us a lot of times in dreams, and you can actually set this up before you go to sleep at night. Set your intention that you would inviting in your ancestors and your spirit guides to come and communicate with you through your dreams, and ask for the protection of St. Michael when you do this, so that the energies that come in are for your best and highest good. And then keep a dream journal, which is just a notebook and a pen by your bed. And so when you wake up, what do you remember? You know, was it a color? Was it a scent? Was it a feeling? Was it an actual snippet? Do you remember the whole dream? Whatever details you write down, just go ahead and remember, write them down, and you can always look them up on the internet. Dream meaning of, dream symbolism of, and you can usually find a lot of information that will really help you and guide you through this process of this going deeper, down into the layers of, and sorting through the stuff and removing the things that are not working from your life, because this is a lot about leaving behind what's not working. When we have on Monday, we have the 1111 gateway, and it's another portal, and there's a lot of portals, and they've been opening up, and they're like steps and steps and moving forward. But this one, when I saw it, it looked like a stone entryway into like you could step a few feet in, and then you came up against like a cement wall, and you had to make a hard left to go down the wall. So it's like a blind enter. You don't know where you're going. It's stepping in, it's taking the risk, but not really seeing what's next. And I realized when I was recording for you a few minutes ago that it's a left turn, which is the reception. It's the receiving. It's the willing to allow the information to come in. So it's kind of going in and receiving more information before you can get to the next portal, and doing this hard work and working your way through it. So it's really interesting in that way. This full moon is happening on Tuesday at 8:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and this is Venus, right? And this moon in Taurus is about Venus. It's practical energy. It's taking your dreams and making an actual plan and bringing it down into reality. But there's this sense of, the stone. And the stone is important because you have the scarcity card here. And the scarcity card and the stone card is like, I'm hanging on tightly to what I have because I'm afraid I won't have any more. I won't have enough. And so one of the things that you could really do is ask Metatron or Archangel Michael to come in and cut the cords of negative attachment that you have to the energy of poverty consciousness, the energy of lack, the energy of I don't have enough, I can't have enough, I won't have enough, I never had enough before, I'll never have it. That needs to be severed at this portal. It's showing up on a regular basis here. This is like came up in a couple of private consultations, and now it's come up in, I'm only on the sixth one, and I think this is the third time I've seen it. So this is a really key factor in what needs to happen going forward, is being willing to say, I am abundant. I am a spark of the divine source, and I co-create with source, and I am abundant, and I can create so much. It's limitless. You are limitless. But you have to really believe it for it to work. An illusion. Okay, so illusion. Dreams, the collective good, and illusions. We are not our experiences, we're just having them. We are a divine spark of God. So whether we bring in negative or we bring in positive, we're bringing it in because we are co-creating with spirit. And it's all an illusion. So when you're afraid of something, that's an illusion. Manifesting in any form is illusionary, so why not create the illusion that raises your vibration of happiness and joy? And so finding the joy in the moment and creating the abundance for yourself and believing in it and moving yourself forward is kind of where we're at right now collectively. It's not just you, it's everyone. It's everyone. And so we have this moon here that's the creation moon, the beaver moon, the frost moon, the death and the rebirth process. When I was meditating on the creation moon here, this beaver moon, what I actually saw was a big old beaver dam, and the big beaver house out in the middle of the lake that they've created. And I saw the beaver diving deep into the cold, icy waters of emotions, because it's cold and icy because it's deep emotion. When the water is shallow, it's warmer, and as it gets deeper, it's going to be colder. And so I feel like this is not easy work. This is not easy, but it's necessary. And so swimming up through their tunnel into their, I want to call it a snug. I have no idea what it's actually called. I should look this up, but I don't. But the place where they sleep, and the warmth, and the it's like a womb. The womb of nothingness. The womb of creation. The womb of opportunity. The part where we go in our sleep, in our dreams, where we dream our creation and what do we want to create. And then we get out there and we build it, right? Like the beaver dam. And so that's kind of the place where we're all at right now. And it's kind of something to focus on. If you're being overprotective of your resources, then you're not allowing the flow of abundance, but at the same time being protective enough. There's a balance to be struck, right? There's a real opportunity with this moon in the position that it is and the relationship it has right now with where Venus is over in Sagittarius with Jupiter. There's also an opportunity to do a little overspending. So minding that balance becomes important. So these cards right here are from the Mystic Shaman Oracle, and I'm actually going to read these because they are channeled messages from Spirit, and I don't want to mess with them at all, and they're short. So we have the Standstill, we have Magic, we have the Journey. Interesting, we have Journey and the Standstill, right? Oh my God, it almost looks like that doorway, except that they have sunlight on the other side. This was very squared off. It didn't have the arch in it. It was very squared off. Ooh, and fire. All right. I love doing readings for people, not me, because I get to see cards that I don't even know exist. All right, so we're going to take these in numerical order. So we're going to start with fire. Fire is 19. That's like the sun, right? 9 plus 1 is 10. It's a new beginning. Fire consumes anything that it touches. The flames remind us of the impermanence of nature of reality and how situations could quickly transform into beauty or chaos. That's kind of like that Uranus and Taurus conjunction with the moon, right? Chaos to create transformation. Fire is passion and it is dancing. Flames invite us to reach to the sky. Warmth and light are heavenly, yet too much heat can scorch us. To fully step away from the energy of the fire is to be utterly transformed like the phoenix. To fully step into the energy of the fire is to utterly transform like the phoenix rising from the ashes. An opportunity here exists to have a major transformative experience in your life. You just have to say yes to it. You have to be willing to step into the fire, as it were. Okay, the Journey, which is number 29. 29 is an 11. 11 is a very spiritual number. The Journey is an invitation to step outside of the boundaries of your life as you know it. The Journey is not a holiday. It is a call to be hermit-like and to go on a pilgrimage into the unknown. That's that blind doorway entrance, like you're stepping into something that you can't see what's next. There is no map. There are no maps to this territory that you will be exploring, no marked paths or road signs. There's just got to be from you a willingness to go. A willingness to change, and being a mutable sign, Virgo, that's not actually out of the realm of possibility at all. And then we have Magic. The symbol represents the infinite intelligence of the Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. So recognizing and seeing what there is to see and realizing that these are guideposts on this journey where you can't really tell where it is that you're going. And then we have the Standstill. When standstill appears, it is the symbol of pausing, the act of observation, and breathing space. It represents the benefit of temporary non-action as well as what happens when one is stuck. I don't think it's about stuck energy. It doesn't feel stuck. What this feels like to me is that when you step through this doorway at the 1111 gateway, it's still non-action. You're still doing the deep soul work. The time to like really move things forward, but you're still on your journey. Are you willing to step into the fire and allow the flow of magic to happen? But you need to be willing to leave behind. You cannot carry into this narrow passageway all of the emotional baggage of the past. What can you leave behind? What can you leave behind? When you raise your vibration, when you decide that you want to be happy and take steps toward finding the joy in the now moment, you start lifting your vibration. And when you start manifesting the abundance of the universe into your life, you lift your vibration. And when you do these things, then you have to lift the vibration of the collective. Wow, you have a lot of moon cards here. Okay, so this is that stillness card. Nothing will come of the situation. There is a stillness right now. There's also the need to leave something behind before you move forward. But there's a stillness in the path, the moment where you do the soul searching and you wait for the next step. But you could still say yes to the journey and then wait for further instructions is what I just heard. And wait for further instructions. Okay. A fiery climax approaches. Wow, and we have this fire card here. And so there's an ending to a situation that's going to happen. But maybe not this moment, but soon. And we have a supermoon. Emotions are running high. These are both full moon energies. This is full moon in Aries. This is supermoon. Maybe your life feels very turbulent right now, and finding the stillness and the calm in it so that you can start listening to your intuition, your higher self, your guides to move forward might be important at this point. The moon is going to move into Gemini at 3:46 a.m. on Wednesday, and there's a very public aspect to this. Your reputation is on display, so to speak. And so it's important to remember that if you're communicating during Mercury retrograde, that you communicate in a way that does not come across as boastful, but at the same time being willing to take, I want to say responsibility, but that seems like the wrong word, but being willing to say, hey, no, look, I did do that, and I did a great job at it, but in a way that doesn't sound so boastful. And keeping in mind that what you reflect out into the world is reflected back to you. And so if you're projecting out self-confidence and competence, that's the kind of energy that comes back to you. If you're reflecting out positive energy and positive attitude, that's what comes back. But if you're reflecting out negative insecurities, they come back to you. If you reflect out into the world, I can't have enough, I'm not good enough, that comes back to you. And then, so you are in this point right now, the whole universe right now, we are in this area of high ability to co-create, to manifest what we're thinking about. So by keeping your vibration in the higher level, you are going to draw and attract the higher level vibrational opportunities for you. But if you remain in lower vibrational energies, or you allow yourself to dip down and it's hard to pull yourself back up sometimes, then just remember that what you're putting out is what's coming back. So if you feel like things are not rolling in your favor, check your attitude. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean literally check your attitude. Go, wait a minute, what am I thinking about? Whew. Okay, yeah, no. And then focus on the good stuff, right? Focus on the finding the joy in the moment, the opportunities, the part where, okay, this is a little chaotic here, but out of this chaos, what is beautiful? What can be, like the kaleidoscope, when it spins around, it's all chaotic, but then when it stops, there's beauty to be found. Look for that. Find what makes you happy, what brings the pleasure into your life. And focus on that, and focus on bringing more of that in. Don't focus on what makes you unhappy. Focus on what brings the joy. So you can raise your vibration and bring in better opportunities to you. On Friday, the moon moves into Cancer at 11:15 a.m. This is the opportunity to recognize, to see the emotional gains and or losses based on what you put out into the universe. You're going to reap the benefits of your efforts in relationships. So if you're putting effort in, if you're treating people with dignity and respect and positivity, that's what's going to come back to you. But if not, you're going to notice it. There's a need to bring a balance. Don't be overgiving, but also don't be overtaking, right? Overtaking. Demanding, holding on to what is yours so tightly that you don't open up. A balance is required. And again, there's this beauty. This is looking for the joy and the beauty in life and understanding that when you cut out what doesn't work, when you leave at that gateway, the baggage does not work, that does not serve you, the relationships, the situations, the attitudes, the emotional hurts and pains, when you let all that stuff go and you start moving forward, you will recognize how resilient you are. How resilient you are. I forgot to pull cards back here for Gemini. So I'm going to do that right now. So you have Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. So yes, as you release these negative energies, as you ask St. Michael and Metatron to come in and to cut the cords of your poverty consciousness, to release, when you're writing up your full moon intentions, release yourself from past life or past in this life, whatever, release yourself from all this baggage that you have been dragging through the centuries, honestly. People who incarnated at this time came in to do some really hard work. These souls, we're here to release the karmic negative crap we've been dragging through time, to lighten our load, because when we do that, then we help to raise the vibration of the planet. And so there's a healing that needs to happen. And so when you go in and you cross through that gateway and you make that hard left, and there's still more healing that needs to happen, ask Archangel Raphael to come in and help you with the healing process. Imagine yourself being surrounded by that green and that pink healing light of love. Allow the divine feminine to come in and heal you too. She wants to nurture you and love you. She already loves you, but she wants you to feel the love. Allow yourself to feel that you're being held and you're being nurtured and you're being cared for. And you have forward movement. I think Taurus had this too. There's a lot of cards here that are showing up repetitively. So this time of transformation, this is forward movement. We have the butterflies that are pulling her along. There is forward movement. When you release what doesn't work, you lighten your load and you can be pulled forward by merely little butterflies. Getting in the flow with spirit and allowing this to happen will be so good for you. So what I'm going to do now is I have these postcards from spirit that I really, really like. And I'm going to read them to you, and hopefully we don't get a book. I did with Taurus, and I thought, I just want to do one. And then I went back and I did a second video for them. So that's what that's about. But I will read all of them on this video, and it could be a lot. So hang in there. Let's see what we get here. Get two. So, you have Dearest You. Uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. No kidding. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities. And look, forward movement. She's being pulled forward by transition and change, by transformation. The butterflies, right? You're being pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better. than your small self. Have faith in the support of the higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is to try something new. Do something different. You won't know what it feels like, what it looks like, or what will be the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be glad you did, because the treasure will appear. We are proud of you for being so brave. You are so loved and supported. Nice. And the other one you have is, Dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you are in a free fall, we are here for you, and we can stop. Oh, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into the transition to something new. All elements are in place and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it is time to take the risk, to do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself. That's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. Wow. Nice, Virgo. Nice. Time to step out into the journey. Go ahead and do it. You're going to be just fine. All right. We'll talk to you soon. You take care. Have a great week.